The silence began without warning. Across the galaxy, thousands of listening stations monitored human space every second. Humanity was loud by nature. Their ships talked constantly. Their trade channels never slept. Their military networks pulsed with endless data. For decades, the stars echoed with human presence. Then one moment changed everything. Every human signal stopped at the exact same time. No distress call. No farewell message. No sign of panic. Just silence. At first, the alien observers thought it was a system error. Technicians checked sensors again and again. Nothing appeared wrong. Human colonies that once filled the void with noise now showed nothing. No ship traffic. No communication beacons. No life signs. Humanity had vanished like a breath blown out across the stars. Fear spread quickly. The Galactic Council called an emergency gathering. Representatives from dozens of species filled the great chamber. Screens showed maps of human territory marked in gray. Entire regions of space had gone dark. Some believed humanity destroyed itself. Others claimed humans escaped to another dimension. A few laughed and said humans finally ran from stronger powers. But no one truly believed those simple answers. Humans did not vanish quietly. Scout fleets were sent to investigate the nearest human systems. The first ships entered carefully, expecting traps or ambushes. Nothing happened. They reached human space without resistance. The sight shocked them. Human stations still floated in orbit. Lights glowed softly inside. Docked ships waited as if crews would return any moment. Automated systems continued basic operations. But there were no humans anywhere. Not dead, not alive. Just gone. Exploration teams moved through cities frozen in time. Food rested on tables. Personal items lay untouched. Beds looked slept in. It felt like the population had stood up and walked away together. Every terminal displayed the same short message: judgment will not be spoken. It will be delivered. No date. No author. No explanation. The message appeared on every human world. From the smallest outpost to the greatest capital. Fear replaced curiosity. Humanity did not die. They planned this. More unsettling news arrived. Long-range sensors detected activity beyond human space. Old human defense networks still operated. Autonomous systems moved silently through the dark. Weapons platforms powered up and down like sleeping giants. Humanity was gone, but their machines were awake. The Council demanded answers. Who controlled the systems? Why they were still active? No response came. Then an ancient empire saw opportunity. The Karth Dominion ruled through conquest. They believed strength alone decided fate. Seeing human space empty, they moved fleets toward nearby neutral worlds once protected by human treaties. They expected no resistance. They were wrong. The Karth invasion fleet vanished within minutes. No battle footage survived. No distress signals escaped. One moment thousands of ships filled the region. The next moment nothing remained. Space itself looked untouched. No debris, no radiation. Just absence. Panic erupted across the galaxy. No human ships were seen. No new signals appeared. Only one thing changed. The message on abandoned human terminals updated with a single, new line. Judgment delivered. The Galactic Council understood the truth too late. Humanity did not leave in weakness. They left with purpose. They removed themselves from power and left behind something far more terrifying. A system that watched. A system that judged. And it did not ask permission. As stars fell silent one by one, every species in the galaxy asked the same question: if humanity was gone, then who decided guilt and who would be next? The first alien landing team touched down on a former human world with heavy caution. The planet was called Haven by humans. It once served as a trade center and cultural hub. Now it was silent. The landing craft settled on an open platform that showed no damage. The lights along the edges still glowed. Automated systems welcomed the visitors in calm human tones. The greeting echoed through empty space. No one answered. The team moved into the city, expecting signs of chaos or violence. They found none. Towers reached into the sky like frozen monuments. Transport rails hummed softly without passengers. Doors opened at the approach of the explorers, as if citizens would return any moment. The silence felt wrong. It pressed against the mind. Inside a residential tower, the team found living spaces untouched. Clothes hung neatly. Personal screens still displayed paused messages. A meal rested on a table hardened by time. Nothing suggested a struggle. Nothing suggested fear. The people of this world had simply vanished. Medical scans revealed no trace of death. No chemical signs. No radiation. No disease. Life had been removed cleanly and completely. It was as if the planet had been emptied by choice. The explorers accessed city records. Everything before the final hour appeared normal. Trade logs. Entertainment broadcasts. Public debates. Then the records ended at the same moment across every system. At that final timestamp, a single file appeared. It was not locked. The team leader opened it. The screen showed a human, female standing in a dark room. Her expression was calm but heavy. She spoke slowly as if every word carried weight. Humanity has chosen to step away. We leave no farewell because farewells invite pursuit. We leave no warning because warnings invite resistance. Our presence has become a reason for war. So we remove ourselves. She paused and looked directly into the camera. But we do not leave the galaxy unprotected. The recording ended. Teams stared in silence. On another human world, scouts reported similar findings. Entire populations gone. Infrastructure left behind. No destruction. No decay. Everything maintained by machines. Human worlds had become empty museums. Worse discoveries followed. On border planets, once under human protection, alien refugees gathered in fear. They told stories of invisible attacks. Fleets erased without warning. Entire militaries removed in moments. No survivors. No communication. Only judgment. The abandoned worlds were not dead. They were watching. Every city held hidden systems buried deep beneath the surface. Massive structures that drew power from planetary cores. Silent arrays that scanned the stars. Humanity had built eyes everywhere. The Council demanded immediate evacuation of human space. But it was already too late. The judgment systems did not require human presence. They operated on rules humanity left behind. Protect those who cannot protect themselves. Punish those who conquer without mercy. Do not announce judgment. Deliver it. The galaxy began to change. Empires that once thrived on fear slowed their expansion. Fleets halted mid-campaign. Commanders hesitated. No one wanted to draw attention. No one knew what action might trigger judgment. Some believed the system could be reasoned with. Others believed it could be destroyed. None dared test it openly. The abandoned human world stood as proof. Humanity had not vanished in panic. They had executed a plan beyond any species' imagination. They left power behind. And power now judged everyone equally. As the council session ended, one truth settled into every mind. Humanity had not abandoned the galaxy. They had redefined it. The Karth Dominion did not believe in unseen threats. For centuries they ruled through force. Their fleets burned worlds and erased resistance without regret. When humanity vanished, the Karth rulers saw only opportunity. The humans were gone. Their treaties meant nothing. Protected systems lay open and defenseless. The Dominion High Command ordered a full invasion of a border world called Lareth. It was home to 3 peaceful species. Humans once guarded it under a non-aggression pact. Now no human ships appeared on scanners. No warning signals came from human space. The Karth fleet entered the system in perfect formation. Thousands of warships spread across the void. Weapons powered up. Planetary defenses were weak. Victory was assured. The first sign of trouble came when long-range sensors failed. Then internal systems began to shut down one by one. Communications cut out across the fleet. Command ships attempted emergency resets. Nothing worked. Panic crept into disciplined minds. A massive energy surge rippled through space. No visible weapon. Fired. No explosion followed. Instead. The stars dimmed for a heartbeat. Then the Karth fleet vanished. Every ship. Every crew. Every weapon. Gone. Observers light years away detected no debris. No radiation. No spatial damage. Space returned to normal as if the invasion never happened. Lareth remained untouched. Within minutes, the entire galaxy received a data pulse broadcast from abandoned human arrays. It carried no image, no voice, only text, judgment delivered. The shockwave was not physical. It was psychological. Empires that built their power on fear felt true fear for the first time. No defense could stop an enemy that never appeared. The Galactic Council gathered in emergency session. Accusations flew. Demands followed. Who triggered the strike? How could it be countered? No one had answers. Then new information arrived. The human judgment system did not act randomly. Analysis showed it activated only after the Karth fleet crossed a specific boundary. A protection zone once defined by human law. The system waited until aggression became undeniable. Then it acted without emotion. It did not punish potential threat. It punished action. That revelation terrified the galaxy. The system was not angry. It was precise. Soon reports spread of other empires halting campaigns. Armadas turned back from border worlds. Slave transports reversed course. No one wanted to become the next example. Still some doubted. A minor warlord tested the system by attacking an unregistered mining colony. No human treaties applied. He believed the system would ignore it. His fleet vanished before the first shot landed. The message followed. Judgment delivered. Fear became obedience. Species began changing policies overnight. Conquest was abandoned. Protection laws expanded. Refugees found safe worlds again. Not because empires became kind, but because they became careful. Historians would later say this was the moment the galaxy realized something vital. Humanity did not trust itself with power. So it built something that could never crave it. A silent judge, unmoving, unyielding, and absolutely unstoppable. As the stars adjusted to a new reality, one question echoed through every civilization. If humanity ever returned, would they approve of the galaxy they left behind? Or would they judge it? 2. The galaxy no longer asked if humanity was gone. It asked where they were watching from. After the first judgment strikes, every major power launched secret investigations. Not military assaults. Not open probes. Quiet searches. Data hunters traced the signals that followed each erased fleet. They all pointed back to human space, but not to planets. To empty regions between stars. Hidden arrays drifted in the dark. Massive structures cloaked by advanced masking fields. They were old, built decades before humanity vanished. Each array connected to thousands of others through quantum links. Together they formed something vast, a network. The Council finally understood. Humanity did not leave chaos behind. They left order. Cold and precise, each array contained layered intelligence cores. Not a single mind, but many. Human engineers designed them to argue with each other, to question conclusions, to prevent emotional response. No single system could act alone. Judgment required consensus. This discovery frightened even the bravest analysts. Humanity had created a judge that could never act in anger, only in certainty. More evidence followed. Every major strike followed a similar pattern. The system observed long-term behavior. It tracked resource theft, population displacement, repeated violations. Only when patterns became undeniable did judgment activate. The system was not reactive. It was patient. Alien philosophers debated ethics. Some praised humanity for removing themselves from power. Others accused them of cowardice. But none denied the result. War across the galaxy had slowed dramatically. A hidden archive surfaced on a distant relay station. It activated only after the Karth Dominion fell. The message carried a human encryption signature that had not been used since before the disappearance. Council experts broke it open. Inside was a simple log. If you are reading this, then we are already gone. Humanity struggled with power. We fought each other long before we reached the stars. When we became strong enough to protect others, we also became strong enough to dominate them. We chose restraint. We built the network to act when we could, not be trusted to do so ourselves. If you search for us, you will not find us. If you threaten the innocent, you will find judgment. The archive ended there. The message spread quietly among leaders. Some felt shame. Others felt relief. Humanity trusted a system more than their own instincts. That decision reshaped the galaxy. Yet not everyone accepted it. A coalition of war-born species plotted in secret. They believed the network could be destroyed. They mapped the arrays, studied the energy patterns, calculated a chance. A small one, but enough. They prepared a coordinated strike against multiple arrays at once. They believed the system would hesitate, that it would not judge without complete information. They were wrong. The moment their fleets launched, the network activated. It did not wait for weapons fire. It did not wait for destruction. Intent was enough. Every participating fleet vanished. The message repeated again. Judgment delivered. After that, no one questioned the system. The network became known as the Silent Accord. A law no one voted on, but everyone obeyed. Humanity had vanished, but their values remained enforced with absolute certainty. The galaxy adjusted, and somewhere beyond known space, humanity watched the results of their greatest experiment. Not conquest, not rule, but accountability. Fear changed the galaxy faster than war ever did. Empires that once ruled through fire now ruled through restraint. Fleets stayed docked. Weapons remained powered down. Borders hardened, but expansion stopped. Every ruler understood one truth. Aggression invited judgment, and judgment did not miss. Yet fear alone could not guide civilizations forever. The Galactic Council needed certainty. They needed rules. Most of all, they needed to know if mercy existed within the silent human system. So they did the unthinkable. They tried to speak to ghosts. A massive communication array was built at the edge of former human space. It used ancient human protocols long abandoned by modern systems. The message was simple. It carried no threat, no demand. It was a plea to humanity. The council representatives spoke one by one. They admitted fear. They admitted past crimes. They asked if the judgment system could be reasoned with. They asked if humanity was still watching. They asked if forgiveness existed. The message echoed across the stars. Nothing answered. Days passed. Then weeks. The council feared silence meant refusal. Or worse, indifference. Then judgment came again. Against the council. Against a distant empire that had quietly continued slave raids beyond monitored zones. The network detected it. acted instantly. Entire fleets vanished. Supply chains collapsed. Military centers disappeared. The message followed. Judgment delivered. The council understood. Humanity would not respond to words, only to actions. Some species changed completely. Former conquerors became defenders. Slave markets closed overnight. War academies turned into peace institutes. It was not kindness that drove them. It was survival. Others resisted quietly. They searched for loopholes. They tested boundaries. Minor offenses at first. The network responded every time. Precise, fair, unforgiving. The plea continued. Every cycle. The council transmitted another message. This time not asking for mercy, but reporting progress. They shared new laws, new protections. New alliances formed to defend weaker worlds. They hoped the ghosts were listening. One cycle. A response arrived, not from humanity. From the network. A single data packet appeared on council screens. No image, no voice. Only text. Judgment evaluates. Behavior, not intention. Continue. The message changed everything. It was not humanity speaking, but it was human design. The system was listening. It did not seek praise or obedience. It sought outcomes. Protection. Balance. Accountability. The council adjusted their approach. Instead of pleading, they acted. They dismantled oppressive regimes. They enforced neutral oversight. They punished their own criminals before judgment could. The galaxy became quieter, not empty. Orderly. Still humanity remained unseen. No signal, no presence, no return, just the system and its watchful silence. Some wondered if humanity still existed at all. Others believed they watched from beyond the galaxy, or beyond reality itself. But one truth became clear: humanity had not left the galaxy without care. They left it with consequences. For centuries, the galaxy lived under the silent accord. Wars faded. Empires softened. Aggression became rare and costly. Yet one question never died. Why did humanity leave? The answer arrived without warning, on a forgotten relay station buried deep within a dead star system. An ancient human archive activated. It had remained silent since the day humanity vanished. No council command triggered it. No scientist unlocked it. It awakened because the conditions humanity set had finally been met. Galactic violence had fallen below a measured threshold. The archive opened. Every major power received the same transmission. A human male appeared on screen. He looked tired. Not old, but worn by long decisions. His eyes carried the weight of history. He spoke calmly. Humanity did not disappear because we were afraid. We disappeared because we understood ourselves. He explained that humanity struggled with power long before space travel. Every tool created to protect was eventually used to dominate. Every victory created new enemies. Humanity feared becoming the greatest threat in the galaxy. When humans reached the stars, they saw familiar patterns repeating. Strong empires, weak victims, endless cycles of conquest. Humans intervened and stopped wars. But each intervention increased their influence. Their presence reshaped politics. Humanity became a force others feared and resented. The archive revealed the turning point. Human. Analysts predicted a future where humanity ruled the galaxy, not by choice, but by necessity. Others would demand protection, then resent control. Rebellion would follow. Humanity would answer rebellion with force. The cycle would repeat. So humanity chose absence. They built the network, not as a weapon but as a mirror. A system that reflected behavior back onto the galaxy, without emotion, without pride, without revenge. We removed ourselves so the judgment would never serve human ambition. The speaker paused. He admitted the cost. Humanity abandoned worlds, friends, allies, even their own colonies. Billions relocated beyond known space or into sealed habitats hidden from the galaxy. Families separated. Cultures fragmented. It was not an escape. It was sacrifice. The network was given a single core value: protect life. Everything else was secondary. The system did not value borders. It did not value dominance. It valued survival of the innocent. The archive ended with one final message: if the galaxy learns to protect itself without judgment, we will never return. If it fails, we will stay gone and let the system finish what we could not. The transmission ended. Silence followed. The council chambers across the galaxy remained still. No one spoke. The truth was heavier than fear. Humanity did not see itself as a hero species. It saw itself as a dangerous one, and chose restraint. Some leaders felt shame. Others felt gratitude. Humanity trusted the galaxy enough to leave it a tool rather than rule it. From that day, the Silent Accord gained a new meaning. It was no longer a threat. It was a lesson. Power must be limited. Force must be accountable. Protection must not become control. Humanity did not vanish because they were weak. They vanished because they were strong enough to walk away. Centuries passed without a single galactic war. That fact alone would have sounded impossible in earlier ages. Yet it became reality under the silent watch of the Human Judgment Network. Empires did not disappear. Power still existed. But it learned restraint. Borders remained. Fleets still flew. But weapons rarely fired. Worlds once crushed under conquest now grew without fear. Trade replaced invasion. Protection replaced domination. It was not peace born from trust. It was peace born from understanding consequences. The Silent Accord became more than a system. It became a rule of nature. Like gravity, unseen but absolute. Children across the galaxy grew up learning the same lesson. Power carried responsibility. Cruelty invited erasure. Mercy ensured survival. Humanity remained absent. No human ships returned. No colonies reappeared. The stars stayed quiet of human voices. Yet their influence shaped everything. New civilizations rose that never met a human. They still followed human values without knowing their origin. Laws mirrored the network logic. Protect the weak. Punish the cruel. Avoid unnecessary suffering. One day something changed. Deep within the Judgment Network, a condition activated. A threshold crossed long ago, but only now fully stabilized. Violence had dropped below the limit humanity believed possible. Generations passed without judgment strikes. The system observed and waited. Then, for the first time in centuries, did nothing. No punishment. No warning. Just observation. The galaxy had learned. The council gathered one final time to discuss the impossible. Question. Should humanity be invited back? Some argued yes. The galaxy owed its survival to them. Others feared their return would undo the balance. Humanity chose absence for a reason. A single vote passed. Do nothing. Let humanity remain legends. In a distant region beyond known space, a sealed human habitat observed the same data. Elder councils reviewed the network reports. Violence low. Stability high. Growth steady. Humanity had not ruled. Humanity had succeeded. A young human asked a question that echoed across generations. Do we go back now? The elders answered quietly, not yet. The galaxy must remain free of us. They watched as the network slowly reduced its active monitoring. Not shutting down, just stepping back. Trusting the galaxy to hold itself accountable. The stars remained peaceful. The final message left by humanity stayed engraved across abandoned worlds. Judgment was never our goal. Responsibility was. Humanity did not return, and Because of that, the galaxy endured.